Hey there, Synthrones. Today I want to ask you a question. Who cares? Hi, I'm Pure Ambient Drone, and this is my channel where I vlog about synthesizers. Hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, keep up with all of my synth adventures. Join me each and every video for the human side of synthesis. And go further at my website at pureambientdrone.com. There you will find links to all the places on the web I'm involved in that has to do with synthesizers. So there's a big question for you guys today. Who cares? And I've been thinking about a lot of things lately, and we live in a world where people don't care. People don't care about respect. People don't care about art. People don't care about how hard it is for some people in life and how difficult things can be, such as making music with synthesizers. And I got to thinking about one thing and one thing in general. I got to thinking about me, myself, and I. And I got to thinking about what I care about. And I also got thinking about what other people care about. And I got to be honest with you. I really care about the music. I really, really care about the music. When I got into music, I was willing to do this for free, forever if I had to. In fact, I was willing to make music that only I would ever listen to. Thankfully, it didn't turn out that way, and I have done very well with synthesizers in general. And I am very happy for myself, but it's mostly because I cared. I cared about the art of synthesizers. I cared about the whole concept of synthesizers. I cared. And I think we live in a world right now where a lot of people are being taught that you don't have to care. In fact, one of the most popular phrases is, who cares? And a lot of times we see musicians, and I'm going to put quotes around that word, we see musicians and they don't really care about the art. They just want to make cookie cutter tracks, and they want to pump these tracks out as fast as possible, collaborating with other popular and famous musicians. And they want to bring in the money. And to what end? So they can buy a nicer house, a better car, and not have to have a job they hate. But I will tell you this, there's more to life than just getting the house and the car and living in, luxury. Because you have to go to bed at night and ask yourself, who actually cares? Will your music stand up over the years, over the decades? Will people look back at your legacy and you have a legacy? Now, maybe some of you who are watching this are thinking, I'm just some guy in my bedroom making tracks on my computer system that will never mount to anything. But I will tell you this. In the beginning, I wrote a whole series of musical tracks under a different name. And I put them out there through a distribution company. And I forgot about them. And I changed my whole entire direction. And what I ended up doing is a couple of years later, I took those tracks down. And unknown to me, a company had picked those tracks up and was using them for film and television overseas. And next thing I know, I get a big fat royalty check from music that I took down from the distribution companies. But they were still collecting royalties for me. Isn't that cool? So I guess what I'm trying to say is you just never know. And you have to work towards the art of the craft and not try to get the big picture of how many dollars you're going to be making, when you're going to be making it. Because honestly, music is an art form. And it's okay to approach it as a business as well. I'm not telling anybody not to plan, not to think about it. But you have to have respect for what you're doing if you want to achieve the level of greatness that other people have achieved. And if you're telling yourself that that will never happen to you, well, then you're no different than anybody else, because everybody else who's ever made it has at one time said to themselves, you know what, there's no way I can do this. But the difference is they tried. The difference is they cared about the art form first. The difference is that they woke up every morning and they did something. They just did not get up and dream about it. They got up and they cared about it. And that's what I'm telling you, is that even when the whole world doesn't seem like it's caring, when it seems like everybody, your family, your friends, just everyone, including yourself, has given up, that's when you got to stand up and say to yourself, you know what? I still care about what I'm doing. And the good thing about what I'm saying is that it doesn't just apply to synthesizers. It can apply to anything you're doing in life. As long as you're the one that cares, you're the driving force. I always tell people this. This is my counter to who cares. And that is, when somebody criticizes what I'm doing, I say, I don't care because they're not paying my bills. If somebody is paying your bills, they have a voice in your life. If somebody's taking care of you, they have a voice in your life. But if the person who's criticizing you, if the person who is tearing you down isn't the person who's taking care of you, yes, it doesn't matter what they have to say. What really matters is who cares. Who cares has to be you. That's the only person that it matters when it comes to the question, who cares? Because I promise you this, maybe nobody cares right now about what you're doing. But if they find out, or if they see, or perceive, or feel that you don't care, you can believe this. They will never start to care until you do. You have to be the first one who starts to care about what you're doing before others can catch on and care as well. And when people see your passion, your drive, and your initiative, and just your willingness to sacrifice, to do what you love, when people see that and they witness that every day, all the time, they're going to take notice. There's no way they can't. And then you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, that person cares. Well, I'm Pure Ambient Drone, and I hope that this video has inspired you to make some fantastic music tracks. Get back into the studio if you've been out for a while. Leave a comment below and talk about this. I'd love to hear from you guys. And hey, if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button, because it really does encourage me to continue doing this. I love all of you guys, and see you over at pureambientdrone.com. Check out some of these videos that are about to pop up or already have popped up. And until next time, keep calm and synth on.